5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another LMC cast. I am here, Urtheart, and I'm here with the Random Genius.
This introduction will cost you $9.99 plus extras.
Oh. Hang on.
Wait,
ShadowFox, can you do more stuff while I'm digging out the change?
Oh, well, I don't know. I was going to buy the. I was going to purchase one for myself. Getting it in for $9.99 sounded like such a good deal.
And today we have a bit of an unusual topic for one of our top lists.
Yes.
Fingers crossed it's a shorter one than most of our normal ones.
Yes. Well, I'll say,
I'm involved, so your mileage may vary.
yes. I was like,
I mean,
well,
to be fair, I think the person who probably talks the longest out of our guests is actually probably Kev.
I mean, well, Kev usually has a lot to get through, considering it's he comes on once in a blue moon. But otherwise, Vija.
This is true.
Yeah, the Star Trek Power Hour.
Yes.
But to be fair, that's because there is a lot of Star Trek. But
there is a hell of a lot of Star Trek. But yes, we have a little filler show, a little LMC filler show this week.
And our topic this week is our top shopkeepers in video games. Now, what we define as a shopkeeper, none of us really gave any thought. We just kind of went, yeah, sod it, let's go for it. To the point where my list is very unprepared, and I just named all the shopkeepers I found interesting.
I kind of looked through the games I owned, did a Google on famous shopkeepers, went, oh yeah, and kind of just figured out what was the right combination for me.
I've just kind of gone straight through my gaming catalogue and just gone, oh yes, I know this one, and they sell goods and services, so ergo they are shopkeepers in some form or other.
Yeah, that seems fair. Some of the suggestions I was getting was like, yes, and it's like some of them were like, I mean, technically they're a shopkeeper, but they don't sell you anything in the game, so are they a shopkeeper? But...
Yes, there was a certain level of...
That was the thing with me, is that the character had to sell something. They can't just have the description of shopkeeper and then just not do anything with it.
Yeah, some of the ones I thought were like, they're kind of a shopkeeper and kind of also something else as well, but we'll get to a few of those. But
So yeah, there was some that I was like, oh, they're a barkeep. And they don't technically sell you things, so they do.
Beer.
they don't even sell you beer outside of cutscene.
Look, if I can't buy beer in my game and get drunk, then what's the point?
Yeah, exactly.
So there's one for the honourable mentions that I forgot actually.
Oh yeah.
Well, you might guess it from the beer, but anyway. Would anybody like to volunteer to start?
Do you want to go just down the list? We are currently in Discord, so we all can...
In alphabetical order,
In alphabetical order, yeah. Which starts with... Well, it's STU by Discord standards, which is...
Sonic the underdog? I don't know.
Unicorn.
Umbrella?
Umbrella?
Sonic the Umbrella Experiment.
It's like that powered umbrella that's meant to keep the blast air off, to keep it away, that never actually worked.
Well, no, obviously, in order to keep the rain off, you spin it.
You spin it, yes, of course.
Yeah.
But yes, I guess I can start off the list with a character who is literally just called the shopkeeper. We might as well start at the very basic.
Might as well.
Because this is one for me who's quite important to the game. A game that I haven't played necessarily much for a... Well, not in any... I used to play it a lot, and now I play it very casually, as in once a week or so. And that's a shopkeep from Dota, or Dota 2 specifically. Yes, so when Dota...
A long time since I played that.
Yeah. Yeah, because when Dota first came out, the very first trailer was at Gamescom. And it was the shopkeeper asking the question, what does a hero truly need? And he's basically explaining, like, do you want to be quick? Do you want to be strong? Do you want to be wise? Explaining the 3 classes or 3 stats of heroes in the game. This is now universal, but whatever. And obviously, he always has a little word to say when you come visit him. If he's still on the map, I don't actually know. They've changed the map so many times over the years.
Now he just exists in the ether beyond.
There is still a
But he
secret
still
shop.
accepts your money.
Yeah. No, yeah, there's still a secret shop. He still comes around. But yes, he had quite a unique voice for the time. But as your first introduction to the game, it's kind of something different. And he even makes an appearance in the Dota anime that they made for it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yes, he if I remember rightly, he offers information for Miranda, one of the other heroes, and then proceeds to cause a lot of chaos and fix a load of chaos. It's this kind of interesting concept of, like, yes, he's a shopkeep, but he's actually kind of really well interwoven with, or like really deeply interwoven with the story, and it's like almost kind of like a the lure that's more than...
I suppose he's technically also like helping both sides.
Yeah, he helps both. It's almost like a puppet master in a way, sort of like, you guys go over here, you guys go over there.
How do you make more profit during war? Increase the stakes on both sides, yeah.
Exactly. Oh. Yes, he's also been stated that he's whoever, I forget who are in charge of whoever, like the gods of the Dota universe are, but essentially he is apparently still hated by the gods, but he will be the last to be killed because he's like the least hated of them all.
We don't like you, but yeah,
we
like the others.
We don't like you, but we actually don't like anyone, but we like you the most out of all the characters we dislike. So there you go. Yes, I think that would be the first one on the list of mentionables.
Well, obviously it must be me now then, if we're going down alphabetically.
Yep.
So, when I think of shopkeepers, there's a ton of shopkeepers in various games I could mention. I mean, I've got a bunch of honorable mentions, which we may discuss before we get to the final round.
I mean, I'm not doing it in any particular order. I'm not going to say we can put them wherever we want.
True. I'll see if I can remember to do them before my my final.
Maybe we do a roundup at the end.
Yeah, that sounds good. But yes, basically there is definitely one shopkeeper that, although has only 2 lines of dialogue in the entire game, is very memorable and very respected within the game community. Something that has transcended game generations at all, and is very astute in your finances, especially if you need to be a little richer.
Yes.
I mean, I cannot not put Morshu from Faces of Evil not put him in this list, because he is iconic. In all the good and bad ways, he is iconic.
He's the face.
I don't think I know this one.
The face of 1,000 YouTube poops.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, him.
Yes.
Right.
Lamp oil, rope, bombs. It's yours, my friend, so long as you have enough rubies.
Rupees.
Is it rubies or rupees?
I think he mispronounces it in it, so it is rubies.
Maybe.
It should be rupees, but
it should be rupees. But then again, it's Philips CDI, so
it's Philips CDI. I mean, maybe it's that that thing where it's like you hear a word and your brain fills in what it should be, because we're expecting rupees. Yeah, no, it's hard. You know, if you go online and you search for any old YouTube poop or YouTube poop music video, he was one of the main sources of sources.
Yeah, because they knew no one would ever bother to take him down, because nobody wanted to claim I made him.
Yeah, no, he's definitely worthy of a mention on this list. Definitely one of the more iconic ones in the list.
Yes, indeed. If you do want an actual proper choice from an actual proper Zelda game, I will mention Ravio from Link Between Worlds.
Okay.
Kind of Zelda sphere.
Yeah, not the one I was expecting you to mention from Zelda.
I'm expecting the one you're expecting was a Beetle.
Yes.
I was debating between the two whether to go for Beetle or Ravio, and as a case of I like Beetle's much more memorable, but I like Ravio's character more, if that makes sense.
No,
they're both equal for me, and I just kind of wanted to throw a little bit of a curveball.
No, that's yeah. No, I would say Beetle was on my honourable mentions, seeing as we've had a little Zelda-y influence.
Yeah, Beetle was on my honourable mentions as well, because I think I like that the different personalities of him have been quite good, because you get the Wind Waker one where it's literally, he's a bit like, please buy from me, and then it's like, oh, you've bought lots from me, here, I'll send you a special gift. It's a compliment.
The complimentary token is one of the best gags in the game.
Yeah, but then I also quite like the Skyward Sword rendition. It's like, oh yes, thank you. I can travel harder. And if you don't do it, it's like, screw you, and dumps you out.
I would say I enjoyed him in the Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild. He's like this fun little yeah. Whenever you give him something he's enjoyed.
I don't think I ever found him when I played.
Anytime you go to a horse stable, he's walking around or sitting in there. Like, he appears in different places around the stables. But,
I don't remember much of Breath of the Wild, because we all know my opinions of that game.
Yeah, it wasn't one of your top ones. But yeah, I mean, the fact that, again, you got throughout the entirety of The Legend of Zelda, time and space, there will always be Link, there will always be Zelda, there will always be Beetle.
Well,
not always, but
only from Wind Waker onwards, and even then,
yeah.
There's no Beetle in Link Between Worlds. Is Ravio in?
No, I don't think Beetle is in that one. I think Ravio takes his place.
Yeah, essentially.
But if he's in a Skyward Sword and Breath of the Wild, he technically stretches, or technically stretches the full length, except now that Tears of the Kingdom and Thingy aren't even in their own separate universe, which they were put so far in the future it didn't matter. You could say they're in the same universe. There's just a lot of stuff happening between the two. Or between.
It's Nintendo. They're trying to save their backs.
I don't know. I mean, Zelda's a minefield for that anyway.
This is true.
Looks up in Hyrule Historia.
Yeah.
Which is now out of date.
I mean, it was out of date when it was published because, games got released as soon as the book got released, and they didn't have them in. So, yeah, it's a nice little book though. But yes, more shoe if you want the meme answer for Zelda stuff. Ravio/Beedle for actual stuff.
No, that's fair.
Yeah.
So, the first one I'm going to pick is one that is from a game that I'm pretty sure neither of you have played. And I don't think... If anyone's going to play it, ShadowFox might, but I think that'll be if someone, makes him do like a challenge or something to it.
Me.
Yeah. Well, can you guess what the game is? If I tell you I've played it with Gavi.
I think I might know. What's his name? Begins with a P, isn't it?
No. I was debating between him and another person who sells stuff.
Okay,
and I went with the other person because he's a permanent shopkeep, basically, unless you try and kill him. Whereas the other guy is only a shopkeep in the right circumstances. So it was like... So you're thinking Patches.
I'm thinking Patches, yes.
Yeah, Patches the Hyena, or I think he's called Patches the Unbreakable in the third game. But, Patches has transcended beyond Dark Souls. He was in Demon Souls, he's in Bloodborne, he's in Elden Ring.
I think he's in Armored Core, the other FromSoft game series as well.
Oh, really?
I think he's also in Zone of the Enders as well, as a cameo. No, it might not be. There is that. Yeah, he's definitely got a mech appearance, but Patches the Unbreakable is Elden Ring. That's it. But yeah, Patches the Hyena was one, but the problem is he doesn't start as a shopkeeper. He tends to start as a person who's going to kick you down a hole.
Yeah, it's some kind of mischievous bastard.
So instead, my choice for Dark Souls is Andre, the blacksmith.
Oh, not the giant.
No. Although he is actually...
He is pretty big.
He is. I think he's like 2 heads taller than you. Like at your max height.
That sounds about right for Andre the Giant.
Yeah.
Or bear in mind that in the first game there is also a giant blacksmith who is about 4 times the size of Andre. But yeah, Andre is in Dark Souls 1 and 3. I don't think Patches is in Dark Souls 2, to be fair, so everyone missed that one out. But Andre is a humble blacksmith who you meet fairly early in the game for 1 and practically at the beginning of the game for 3. And he's a humble blacksmith. In the first game, you can give him stuff to... Well, he'll upgrade your weapons up to +5. You can give him more stuff and you'll get them to like +15. And he can do some basic enchantments as well. Dark Souls 1 was Dark Souls 1 had 4 blacksmiths. You had Andre, you had an undead skeleton blacksmith who could do fire and chaos enchantments. You had the giant blacksmith who could do holy and lightning enhancements. And there was a magic blacksmith who was the earliest one you could get to, but it was kind of shit. It couldn't really do much. But Andre was memorable because he always seemed to, he's kind of got that nice personality with him, and he was always trying to help you. He's like, don't be gone too long, hate to see you getting hurt, and stuff like that. But then if you accidentally hit him, which is quite easy to do, he has a unique fighting animation style.
Oh. I was going to say, you get a new toy, you sometimes swing it around, you might accidentally slap her.
Yeah, it happens. But yeah, Andre's version of fighting you is he'll just drop kick you.
Okay.
Yeah. He'll just jump up, smash you with both his feet, and drop to the floor, and then get up and punch you again.
Can you unlock his fighting style?
Nope.
Nope. Damn.
Nope. It is unique to him. He returns in the third game, where he's your only blacksmith, and he'll do everything for you. He'll even
still drop kick you though.
I believe so. I believe all of his animations are basically the same. So
I would hope so.
yeah. But he's kind of, the thing is that I think the big reason they brought him back for the third game was he was genuinely probably one of the most friendly characters you meet in the entire game. There are a few other merchants, like, again, Patches. I mean, yeah, once he figures out he's not gonna kill you that easily, he snivels up to you a bit and will be your shopkeeper. But and then the other shopkeepers, you've got the undead merchant, who's a bit of a weird guy who are there any of them? I mean, the other merchant in Dark Souls 3 is the old woman who you give the ashes of dead people to increase her stock somehow. So yeah, Andre is just much better on that side. But yeah, honourable mention to Patches, because it's Patches.
Yeah.
He's one of the most recognisable ones. But yeah, that's my pick from Dark Souls. I've tried to make sure I only pick like one from a series. So
no, yeah, it's makes sense. Which, you know what, considering you're talking about like a series or generally just kind of stuff like that, so I spent a while thinking about over, shall we say, sort of like Stardew Valley and Palia.
Mm-hmm.
Both games which have lots of shopkeeps, extremely many of them. Also with the ability to date them.
I was going to say, with Stardew Valley, it was like, well, it's more about which one's the one you want to marry and such.
And it was the same in Palia, where it's like, hey, you got all these characters and you build up your relationships with them, and as such, you kind of get to know more about them. So that's the thing. I like there's so many shopkeeps which are, they're just shopkeeps, and that's fine. But sometimes you get to learn more about their backstories and such. Like I know in Stardew Valley, if you date, I think it's Sebastian, I think's the one. He's the emo boy who has a bit of a drinking problem. Who likes it when you give beer to him at the beginning of the game, then at the end, after you've kind of got his hearts off, he hates it because he's like, "Why are you sending me back on this alcoholic tirade?" Understandably, and he loves his chickens. And if you're lucky, you get a blue chicken from him. I did do the thing in Stardew where I pretty much raised everyone to maximum hearts, then got the lucky rabbit's foot so that I could remain in a relationship with everyone in the town, because why not?
Yeah,
and I did.
Why not?
And I did the same thing with Palia, because again they follow the same route where it's like, but Palia is more of a generally like, yeah, sure, you can be poly in this world, you can date all of the shopkeeps and all the people, the witch out in the woods who might be 1,000 years old or something. We don't talk about that. It's fine.
Open mind.
It's fine. But in the end, I think the shopkeep I went for out of all of them in the end was one called Zeki, who is one of the few non-romanceable ones in Palia, first off. And he's one of the unique villagers, because while everyone in Palia is this like purple-skinned, just like an elf, but not quite an elf thing, he is a Grimalkin, which is a cat boy, effectively. But he's like he's got a nice little eye patch, a bit portly, dresses snazzy, and is got some links to the underground, because apparently all Grimalkins are basically just thieves and smugglers, all that stuff. The difference with him is that he seems to be trying to take down the underground. But he's still not all good. He's still a Grimble kid. He's still looking to make profit out of it. He's still got his hooks in a few people in the town, such as Reth, the cook. He's got him doing some special deliveries because Reth needs to pay for his sister's health care. Everything is connected in that place, in that town, as you'd expect.
A massive spider web of.
I mean, it's what a village is. Everyone in a village knows everyone.
That's true. That's true.
And considering this village only has like a couple of dozen people, it's hard to avoid them. But yeah, I like the way the Palia where it's like, everyone has their schedule, so they'll be in different places during the day, and it's like, oh yeah, he leaves the town, his general store, to go to his underground store at this time of day, then he goes home afterwards, and you can catch him between him, and they'll have different things to say depending on what the friend level is and where you catch him. He's like, I'm not doing anything illegal. That'd be silly to assume such a thing. But yeah, I mean, like those games where you just have whole towns for them, it's often hard to pick one, but I think I choose Zeki out of them all for being at least the more unique one out of the bunch.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm trying to remember if it was one of the shopkeepers I dated in Stardew Valley myself, but I genuinely don't remember.
I still need to play Stardew Valley. It's in my backlog.
Yeah.
So you know how quickly I'm going to get to that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, in the Stardew Valley, you got, Pierre, the shopkeeper who doesn't open on Wednesdays. You bastard, open your shop on Wednesdays, please. he does once you finish the quest line and get rid of the supermarket. But yeah, you got Robin. Is Robin the?
Don't ask me. I've not played the game.
I think she's the woodworker. I think she's the one who upgrades your farm.
Right,
yeah.
I do not remember.
But yes, often in these games they're all pretty good. They're all pretty good choices.
Yeah, the only one I can think where it's like, and for some reason it was like highly recommended on all the best shopkeepers lists, is like particular Nintendo character. I was like, isn't he an extortionist, not a shopkeeper? I'm like, huh.
Are you talking
I don't know
about a certain raccoon, perchance?
I don't know if he's on anyone's list.
I mean, not on my list. On my honourable mentions, though, for being definitely memorable.
Yeah.
Not on my list at all.
So Tom Nook then.
Yeah, Tom Nook, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'd count him as a shopkeeper, more as, you know.
I'd say Crazy Red's more the shopkeeper.
Crazy, or his two nephews in
Oh yeah, is it Timmy and Tommy?
Timmy and Tommy, yeah. They're the shopkeepers.
Mind you, when thinking of shopkeepers in general from Animal Crossing, the Sable Sisters.
Yes.
Was it the Able Sisters? No, it's the Able Sisters because it's Mabel and Sable.
Mabel and Sable. Actually, was there a third one?
Yes, there was. I cannot remember their name though.
No, I wouldn't. I have dabbled in the Animal Crossing. I have not.
See, I played about 2 days of Animal Crossing and basically decided I hate this and gave my copy of Animal Crossing on the DS to a friend at the time because, yeah, it was terrible.
Not your style of game.
No, to be honest, Stardew Valley isn't really. So I played it for a year and I was like, I'm done.
No,
Too much busy work.
That's fair.
But, you know, I enjoyed what I played in Stardew Valley, so props to it.
It's just sort of that needing to get that balance between playing a game for enjoyment and playing the game because it feels like
A second job.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
It has a very Sims-like kind of quality to it, where it's like, right, I've got to time my day, so I've got to make sure my bars are. So I've got to do my farming, make sure my energy bar is full, eat a snack, go do this, go do
you can
fishing.
let the Sims do their own thing.
You can, but they usually mess it up. They usually set fire to the place.
Yeah,
You
that's
do
fine.
that.
Isn't that half of the fun of the game? It's just to see the wild and wacky ways in which Sims completely screw things up.
I mean, true.
That's what most speedruns are based on.
I think I actually saw a Sims speedrun where the goal was to get grilled cheese percent.
Yeah, that's a thing. There's also $1 million%. $1 million %.
Yeah.
Just make $1 million.
Make $1 million. Or simoleons.
Easy, open console.
Without cheating.
No console.
Boo. back to me again.
Yeah, might as well.
Okay, so we mentioned earlier in terms of Beedle, in terms of legacy characters across multiple games of a shared series. And this next one is certainly that they may actually be the same person. And the person I'm talking about is Anna from Fire Emblem.
Yeah, I guess it wasn't going to be Gilgamesh.
No, sadly, Greg is not in the list.
He's not a shopkeeper. I
He's
think
not a
in any of the
shopkeeper.
games.
No. But yes, Anna, for those who are not aware, is a common recurring character between all of the Fire Emblem games and is normally your shopkeeper for rare and expensive items, and in some games actually portrays the real-life shopkeeper for the DLC. So you interact with her in order to pay real money to play the side stories and stuff that are outside the realm of the main plot of the game, and that kind of ties in with the whole potential theory that she is just this deity of money, and that she just basically crops up as and when needed in order to not only help the chosen hero or lord of the game, but also to get a little bit of money. And
balancing the economy.
Exactly. And she often balances the economy by rushing headlong into battle and fighting alongside you. She's normally a hidden character in these games because, why not? But yeah, just because I always like the idea of shopkeepers being more than what they let on. And Anna certainly gives off that vibe, but it's also nice just to have this simple legacy character of, it's we know this shopkeeper, it's Anna, and she's going to do weird and wacky things in the context of the game and possibly sell you some stuff for overinflated prices. But yeah, it's just, I just like the idea of this sort of legacy character going through pretty much a good chunk of the Fire Emblem game, certainly from Awakening onwards, at least.
No, she was in that before, I believe.
I'm pretty certain she was, but I can't recall what other ones before Awakening at the minute.
I believe from SNES era onwards.
But yes, that is my pick of one of the top shopkeepers because if you're appearing in multiple games, you're doing something right.
This is good. I think she was very heavily in the mobile game. She was also the controller of the Gatcha.
Yeah. I mean, I
should make sense.
Past her.
I think
it's been an age since I've played Heroes, to be fair. So my memory is very foggy on that.
I know the Dynasty Warriors Fire Emblem game. She's also quite a big playable character in that one.
Yeah. She's in sort of Fire Emblem Warriors and Three Hopes.
And in the Dynasty Warrior games, they quite often enjoy putting as many characters in, even if they wouldn't necessarily be a main fighting character in those games. Yes,
as Hyrule Warriors can clearly confirm with the introduction of characters such as Marin from Link's Awakening as an actual playable fighter.
Or the King of Red Lions, a boat.
Or an actual giant fairy.
That one was fun. But at least that kind of makes sense.
That kind of makes sense, but still, having actual Link in your bottle.
That is. Technically, isn't that a weapon for Link? It's not technically a separate character.
No, I think it could be actually. I thought the Great Fairy was a separate character.
No, I think it's a weapon for Link. Though essentially, it's a separate character.
I mean, to be fair, Hyrule Warriors has so many ridiculous weapons. You can have a chain chomp for goodness sake.
Yeah, but Bayonetta can do that too. So, pretty sure one of the Switch versions Bayonetta can have a chain chomp.
Yeah,
foxes and blasters and stuff.
I mean, yeah, she also has the various costumes.
Yeah, that's true.
Such as Samus, Peach, Daisy, and Fox.
Yep.
I mean, I've felt certain. I remember playing Dynasty Warriors way back, like 3 or 4 or something, and it's like you had characters which were just fighting with cooking pots and stuff as well, like characters that's like, this is a joke character, but we've made them viable in a bizarre way.
Yeah, there's a hilarious one that was in the previous expansion for Final Fantasy XIV, where you finally get to play what is arguably the most powerful character in the game, and he wears nothing but a pair of pants and a goldsmith hammer.
I would say it makes sense in context, but it doesn't. It doesn't. I'm sorry, but Mandeville does not make sense in context.
But it was a fun fight, though.
True.